This week on the Digital Coffee, Google search is coming to TikTok. Facebook multiple profiles. At least LinkedIn is doing something sensible with some new accessibility features. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news. I'm stumbling over my words today for small businesses and solopreneurs and marketers, online marketers. My name is Amanda Webb. I've totally forgotten my spiel, but you'll live with that, won't you? And who am I? Who am I to be telling you these things? Well, I am a digital marketing ROI specialist, mentor, trainer, consultant, and that means that I can help businesses just like yours get more money back for the time, the energy, and the cash that you spend on your digital marketing. And at the moment, that means I'm doing lots of Google Analytics training. So if you want a hand with that, get in touch. But enough of the advert. I can see there's quite a few of you online here, but you may all be on different platforms. So firstly, if you've not been here before, you go, why is she just holding a mug? I know it's called the Digital Coffee, but that's a bit excessive. Well, it's because really it is the Digital Coffee. And sadly, Digital Coffee means nothing. There is no coffee in my mug, but I'd love to know what you're drinking. I'd love to know where you're watching, both physically in the world. So I'm in the Republic of Ireland, about an hour outside Dublin. And I'd love to know on what platform. I can see we've got Simon here watching on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, give me a shout, give me a hey. If you're on YouTube, give me a shout, give me a hey. If you're on Facebook, well done for staying classic. That's all I can say. Give me a hello and let me know what is in your mug. Simon is saying, I thought he was saying coffee, but even without putting my glasses on, I can see he's saying cash. Is there cash in your mug today? Is there cash? Oh, and there's Jessica, great to see you here. Thank you for joining me. I actually got to meet Jessica in real life yesterday. Blimey, there's loads of you here. So do let me know, LinkedIn, Facebook, classic. YouTube, and what's in your mug. Oh, hello Tamsin, great to see you. Cuppa and a ginger nut. Oh gosh, I do love a ginger nut biscuit. I'm not allowed biscuits because I can't open a packet of biscuits without eating all the biscuits. It's terrible. Oh, Simon, yes. When you're in Dublin, let me know, or let me know well in advance, because I'll make sure that I can actually leave the office and come and meet you for coffee. That would be fabulous. And anyone else, if you're ever in Dublin, I can make the train journey out, come and see you, have coffee, have lunch, have a pint, whatever you fancy. So do let me know. Right, let's see how much I stumble over the news today, will we?
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
We all know that young people, yes, the youngsters, yes, maybe even you, if you are young, are using TikTok and Instagram for search rather than, the internet. And this obviously poses a big problem for Google. Google have to rethink their whole strategy if they're going to compete. I mean, we just saw they turned 25 this year. In case you missed it, in case you don't use Google, in case you use TikTok, it was all over Google. 25 years of Google. Who thought that some social network could get in the way of their search powers? But it's happening. But interestingly, it looks like they're adapting in a really interesting way, because now I'm looking for the thing. TikTok is integrating Google search into its results, or it's testing it. So this was originally spotted by, just a randomer on Twitter. Sorry, randomer. But it was confirmed by TikTok that they are actually testing this as something that they would do. And of course, they can't just put that there. They need Google's permission. So very smart move, I would think, from Google. And when you think about it, you do see things. Well, you used to see a lot of tweets in results on in Google. So this is kind of like spinning it the other way. You're going to see your Google searches there. interesting development, an interesting way to adapt your business rather than just hating on your competitors, seeing if you, which is something Google often do, seeing if it can actually be a compliment. Yeah, Jessica, this is incredible. The two of them together, it would be pretty major. So it is just in the testing phase, in the beta phase at the moment. I suppose it will matter, like with the people they're testing, do people actually click on the Google results? That's going to be a big thing for them. Apparently, they're also running a test with Wikipedia. So part of me hates this because this is partly TikTok and WeChatification of the internet and one social network to rule them all, which, you know, myself and May King on our podcast, we talked about constantly. But part of me loves this because I want everyone in the world to be able to use the internet, not just TikTok. I think that's it. And I know Google is only part of the internet. I don't care if it's Bing. I don't care if it's one of the other search engines. As long as we just keep using the internet, I think that could be a positive here.
You're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
On Facebook, with your one profile, you're kind of screwed, aren't you? Because if you run a business, for example, of course, you start making all your business associates and you start friending them on Facebook. And then you want to share some of your business stuff on your Facebook profile. And that's great for your new friends, your new group of friends. That's wonderful. But for your old group of friends who really are so tired of you talking about your business, they are. They're like, oh God, there she is again, banging on about her business. So you're actually ruining your real life relationships. And then, of course, you know, if you're in a job, for example, you've got your friends, and then maybe you want to post about your life and the things you're into and what you do at the weekend, and maybe even your political opinions. And then all your friends at work, your new friends at work, they start sending you the friend requests, and you don't want to feel like a weirdo by not accepting the friend requests. So you accept that. And I know you can filter your posts to different groups of people, but that's hassle. It's just painful. And then there's the social media managers, right? Who a lot of people will be asked when they start a position to, you know, they become an admin on the business page of the company that you're working for, so you can post there, but people don't want to link their personal page, you know, for one reason or another, to the business account, their personal profile. Well, soon all those problems are going to go away, because Facebook has finally, because they've been talking about this for ages, launched this thing where you will be able to have up to 4 personal profiles on Facebook. So that could be one for friends. It says one for friends and family, but I think we all know sometimes there's things we don't want our family to know. So one for friends, one for family, one for work, one for business. So that could be like 4 different profiles you have. Now, there will only be one login. You'll log in under the same account, but whichever instance of yourself you are, you'll be able to interact with different groups of people. You could even bring that down to your specific interest. They're talking about somebody who likes cakes, joining a food and cake, having a food and cake profile to connect with all the people, maybe join the food and cake profile groups and having one that would be separate to that as well. So great news for a lot of people who are actually coming across those problems and those issues in their working life. It's going to be interesting to see how it works in real life. You can have up to 4. I think I said that. And yeah, that's it. Being able to switch between them without logging out, so it's not going to be a big hassle. I guess from Facebook's point of view, it's going to stop people setting up those multiple profiles and then them having to close them down and all the customer service that comes with that. So good news, I think. What do you think?
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Consuming text-based content isn't easy for everyone because there are people who are sight impaired. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but there are people who just basically can't see the text. Or I put up a post on LinkedIn this week about people, whether you listen to books or read books, and lots of people who listen were saying, you know, my eyesight's not the best. I get tired eyes. I have sore eyes. You know, there's lots of reasons there. There's maybe like me, I actually do find it hard to concentrate on the written word. Although I am a big reader, I have like coping mechanisms. A lot of people might have that. Might be dyslexic. Maybe you just never learnt to read for one reason or another. There's lots of reasons why your text content may not be being read by a large group of people. And this is bad for us as businesses, because if nobody's reading your text that you're sweating over for hours, then you're losing the impact that has. You're losing the reach of that. You're losing people understanding more about your business and eventually buying from you. It's obviously bad for people who find reading hard, particularly on a screen when you're thinking about LinkedIn content, because they're not able to get the information they need. They need it in another format. So thankfully this week, LinkedIn has released a new accessibility feature called Immersive Reader. So now when you go to a long form content on the site, so that would be like a newsletter or an article, you'll see this little button at the top of it that you can click, and it opens up like this. Yes, the text is very large. And then you can click the play button at the top to have like an AI voice, which is actually pretty decent, read the text to you. So if you're unable to read, you can listen to the text, which I think would be great for some people. Also, there's a whole selection of features that you personally can add to make it easier for you to read. It takes away the distraction as well. It opens up full screen so you can't see your notifications coming in and the post underneath and all those things that might distract you. I think this is fantastic. It will make it easier. I'm trying to press the button without hiding behind it, but that's not going to happen. No, oh dear me. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do. I do think this is a major update. And actually looking at that post that I put on LinkedIn, asking if people read books or listened to books, was fascinating, because an awful lot of people just listen to books. So in this way, it can be a better experience for those people. And also, while I'm on it, I find that if I need to learn something from a video, I will switch the subtitles on so that I can read and listen at the same time, so the information goes in. So maybe reading and listening at the same time will help the comprehension of the actual stuff that's out there. So big round of applause for LinkedIn, and hopefully this means more people are going to be able to consume our content, and we're going to make more money, which, I don't like to be the money grabber here, but that's why we're in business after all.
I'm Louise Brogan, host of LinkedIn with Louise, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Now, a lot of people will say, you know what, Amanda, I'm not going to use TikTok for my marketing because it's only for the youngsters. It's only the young people that use TikTok. And actually also, if you're going to be active on TikTok, you have to make videos. And that's another barrier for people to get over. But no longer are you able to use the excuse that only youngsters use TikTok, because no, there is a large group of people, 28% of TikTok users, in fact, who are Generation X. Yeah. I know you haven't heard of Generation X before. That's oldies like me. That's like people 45 upwards. 45 to 65, I think, is Generation X. I'm 50. I'm an Xer. So apparently 28% of TikTok users are Generation X, and they are being underserved by creators on the platform. So I shared a report this week about TikTok engagement going down. And yes, if you are trying to target young people only, there's going to be a problem there. It's going to be harder for you to reach your audience. But if you are trying to reach those Generation Xers, and if you're creating content with them in mind, that's me, by the way. If you're creating content with me in mind, there is a chance that you could have a huge impact on TikTok. So no more, promise me, no more ignoring TikTok, no more thinking it's for the youngsters. I thought I had a new comment from Jessica there, but actually it was just the old one about TikTok. So I'll move. I'm really off the ball today. Have you noticed?
Hello, this is Simon Hodgkins, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Meta, they had a big conference this week, so there's loads of stuff going on, and I'm not going to cover it all. But the one thing that I really do want to comment about is they're about to unleash the AI overlord chatbots on WhatsApp, on direct messaging, on Instagram, on direct messaging, on Facebook. Yes, these chatbots, it's not the first time a social network has done this. There's one on Snapchat, but these chatbots will be like ChatGPT. So you will be able to ask them questions and they will be able to, if I can press the button. Here, I think this is the button. Is this the button? Oh, I'm having a moment now. Here we go. It is the button. Here's the button. So you can ask it a question and it will provide an answer, just like ChatGPT. But what's not just like ChatGPT is it will be able to answer your questions in real time. It won't be relying on an old data set. It will be able to tell you stuff that is happening now. Because it has partnered, this is a time for social networks to partner with search engines, I tell you, Bing, Microsoft Bing, to provide results in real time, which is kind of exciting. So it's trained on the search engines. It's got the real-time results from the search engines. It isn't yet trained on meta properties, so it won't be able to find you meta content based on what you put in, just search engine real-time content. That's exciting in itself. Oh, I tell you, some of these Facebook meta updates are pretty exciting. Wait till I tell you about the next one. That is exciting in itself, but they've also done something which is frankly bizarre. They've created chatbot personalities based on famous people, like Mr. Beast. I actually meant to look up Mr. Beast before. I know who he is. Don't get me wrong. I know he's like biggest, famousest YouTuber ever, but I don't know what he looks like. Or what he's like at all. But anyway, they're developing these personalities based on celebrities and also specific topics. So you'll be able to go to a travel advisor, for example, or you'll be able to ask, I think Kendall Jenner, again, Kardashians, no idea. Kendall Jenner, you'll be able to go and ask them specific things. So I can see the case for the travel advisor. Mr. Beast, less so, but actually I think it's kind of fun. So interesting update there. It is a real competitor for ChatGPT, and we know Facebook does have its own AI engine called Llama, which obviously is going to feed into this. Jessica says that she's a proud Gen Xer. You see, I kind of prompted her to say this. Proud Gen Xer and TikTok viewer. You'd love to see more content from people your age, but you're happy to watch content from all kinds of people. That's the beauty of it. And absolutely, that is 100% true. But wouldn't it be nice if, I like watching youngsters on TikTok full of energy and I want to be those people too. And I'd like to create videos. Wouldn't it be good if they were talking about something that was relevant to me as well? You don't have to be my age to talk about things that are interesting to me. You can be a youngster too. I quite like young people, but don't tell anyone that.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Jeremiah J-Man Monero with J-Man Speaks from New York, and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Make it a great day.
You may remember in the last Apple big event, they launched their virtual reality headset, and it was like pretty amazing, but it was also pretty amazingly expensive. Meta are fighting back. Now, this is something I'm really interested and excited about. And I wish I had loads of graphics to show you, and I don't. So you're just going to have to imagine it in your head. So they've released their new virtual reality headset, but it's not just a virtual reality headset. And just background, they bought a company called Oculus a long time ago. They've really been in the virtual reality space for quite a while. I've got one of their classic devices over here. There's been 2 iterations since. The last one I think was around $1,000, which was way too much for me to pay for a headset. This new one has just come out, and it's not just a virtual reality headset. They're calling it mixed reality headset. So virtual reality is when you put the big headset on and you are in like a virtual world. It's pretty cool. It's very immersive. It's very good. Augmented reality is like what we see on Snapchat, except for instead of having to hold a phone up, you'll have this big headset on and you'll be able to have, like a Pokemon sitting on your desk or whatever. And with this release, they're releasing things that are going to be everyday items like a Pokemon that you can actually fix in a position. So if you've got your office space, instead of getting another screen for your computer with kind of like stuff on it, you might be able to just have a virtual screen there that you'll be able to see through your headset. Or it's talking about widgets, so similar to you might get on your mobile phone screen or on your tablet screen, or maybe you even have widgets on your computer. You might be able to have like a virtual space just here where you can just turn around, flick, see what the weather's doing today, switch on Spotify, whatever the widget is that you have. And this has me really excited. Well, it did have me really excited because it means we don't have to have like big homes anymore, and that is going to become a problem as the population keeps growing and the space that we have to live in keeps shrinking. You'll be able to have a small space and have it like you would a nicely beautiful house. But then the downside is you have to wear this big stupid hat all the time to be able to see this stuff. So I love, and the third thing that is actually exciting is this 550 euros rather than 1,000. So it's not exactly affordable for a lot of people, but it's affordable for a lot more people than the previous one, and definitely more affordable than the Apple one. I really want one. I'd like to use it. The thing is, I'm not going to spend that because I probably use it like 3 times, but I think this is an exciting innovation. And I think the more that they manage to get that headset smaller and smaller and smaller, and the more augmented reality happens, the more useful this is going to be for us as human beings. And as marketers, we'll be able to sell stuff that you can put in your virtual environment, which is cool, isn't it? Well, I think it is.
Hi, I'm Carol Phillips from Laguna Beach, California, and I'm here watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Hi!
Now, one of the reasons I know a lot of people who have access to Threads haven't actually created a Threads account, or one of the reasons they say is because you can't delete your Threads. If you change your mind, you can't delete your Threads account without deleting your Instagram account. And people don't want to delete their Instagram account. So they don't want to go and dip their toe in the water in case they don't like it or it distracts them too much. They can't close it down. But soon they will be able to. Soon there will be a separation between Instagram. And again, I think this is also part of complying with EU to have that separation between Instagram and Threads. So they're saying by December, you will be able to close down your Threads account independently of your Instagram account. So that's one thing you can stop saying now. You can stop saying I'm not doing Threads because of that. So now you're going to have to find a new excuse. I'm thinking this has probably got a lot to do with the EU, but I'm also thinking that even though some users may leave because they'll close down their accounts, a lot more people will experiment with the platform if they know it's not for life. So I think this is a good update. I think it will work. And yes. That's it. Is that the end of is that really the end of the news? Now, I am not on LinkedIn with May King today because May King got a job doing FOMO. I mean, but our podcast will be out on Monday where we're discussing something else. It'll be fun. It'll be me and May King. It will be our bell, which I haven't had a chance to press today. It'll be our bell. It'll be our menopausal brain button. It will be our rant alert. You will be able to listen to that on Monday, wherever you listen to your podcast. Just look for The Extra Shot and you'll see myself and May King pointing on a purple background. So please subscribe. And if you enjoy the show, please rate and review it as well, because apparently that's good for us. Apparently. Also, if you keep forgetting about this show, you can sign up for email reminders. So if this is the link, it'll bring you through. You'll get a copy of today's Digital Coffee newspaper for you to peruse in your own time. Follow the links. Go, actually, that's not what I got from that, Amanda. I got something completely different. You'll get that, and you'll also get an email an hour before we go live on a Friday and an email on a Monday morning with a review of what we talked about and a copy of the newspaper ongoing. So join me there, and otherwise, oh gosh. Otherwise, I will be back, same bat time, same bat place next week, and May King and myself will be back on LinkedIn to chat for the after show on The Extra Shot. So until then,